Hi everyone, it's Giselle here with a message, and today I want you to really look at yourself and ask yourself this question. Am I ready? Not are they ready? Have they done the work? No, no, no. Are you ready? And you may say, oh yes, of course I'm ready. I've been wanting this all of my life. Or what feels like all of your life? Well, probably you have. I know for a fact that this is what I've wanted all of my life. Ever since I was a little girl, I've dreamt of true love. I never dreamt, I'm gonna have a couple of broken relationships and maybe a couple of flings and then got really frustrated and then decide, no, actually, I'm just gonna hold out for the love of my life. And no, of course not. I always dreamt that I would have true love and that would be everything and that would be all I'd ever need. And that is still all I'll ever need. But along this journey, you learn that you cannot be codependent. I've had codependent relationships. Some of them have lasted years and years. And let me tell you, they all end up disastrous because you're both codependent and not giving but taking. You think you give, you think you love them, but ultimately you take and you're so needy. And that energy is suffocating, and especially when you're not aligned and have the same goals and you end up disagreeing on things. It may be commitment, it may be family issues, whatever it is. Eventually, because of that, you don't have a solid foundation. You're both scared to death and doubtful and fearful and end up resenting each other for not being the person that you want them to be. You know, it ends up in disaster. And really, what you should be doing now, if you're not already with the person that you want to be with, is prepare yourself. Be confident. Release any codependency through loving yourself first. Love yourself so much that you don't need others to love you, but others will automatically love you because you are so adorable and you have no other choice but to be adored. You must be in a place of confidence, of knowing that you don't actually need anyone, but you have so much to offer that they just want to be in your presence. So love yourself. Truly, truly, truly love yourself and be ready. Because if you give off a vibration of, okay, I'm not ready, then one of two things may happen. The universe may put your request on hold, or you may get what you think you want, but there's a stopping and starting, back and forth, back and forth. And you don't want that. You know you don't. So when you're not 100% ready, you will give off this energy of, I love you, but I don't think you love me, or I love you more than you love me, or I'm scared that you'll one day up and leave me and then I'll be alone again. I don't want that. You need to get yourself in a place of such a security that you don't have that doubt anymore. You know your worth and you know that I am lovable. I am so lovable that no one would ever dare to think that they'd want anyone else or leave or, You have to be so confident and so, so sure of yourself that there is no room for doubt. You've been through the trial and error. You've been through failed relationships. This is your time to have the relationship that you deserve, the relationship of your dreams, and the relationship that you know is the love of your life. So, before you try to manifest this, and yes, you have a hand in creating this, you are not helpless, you are not hopeless, you are not at the mercy of some force that decides whether you can or cannot have this. You ultimately can have true love, but you must be ready and you must be in a good place. Would you want your love of your life coming to you when they're not ready and they're unsure and they're constantly back and forth, doubting and depressed, sad, whatever it may be? No. Ideally, you would want them to be secure and sure about you, yeah? So you need to be secure and sure about yourself first. I know it sounds cliche, and when I wasn't ready to hear this, I would be the first to say, oh my God, just shut up. But when you get yourself into a place of security and knowing this is the truth, it starts with you. Because I've seen it myself. I've deliberately put my situation on hold at times because I was insecure, not about him, but about my own life. Oh, I don't know if my health situation will be resolved. I don't know if I'll pass my exams at university. So maybe I'd like to have less pressure and, put the situation on pause for a moment just so I can get these things sorted. I needed to work through so much because when we first met, I thought I was ready. But I realized that I still had codependent issues. And they were only highlighted when we were apart. And I had time to reflect because if we were together throughout this entire period, I would constantly not evolve. I wouldn't recognize what I was doing was being codependent and insecure. And we would most likely have gone through the same struggles that I went through in my previous relationships and he went through in his previous relationships, twin flame or not. And so you had to work through that. And now I am actually grateful. And this is going to sound so crazy, right? But you have to be grateful in order to get more of what you want, even for the bad things. So I'm grateful for the separation that I've had, so I could reflect on myself, so I could grow my business, so I could get my life where I wanted it to be, because it would have been disastrous if we were together and I was depressed for being in a dead-end job. How awful would that have been? I mean, that would have been another obstacle that we did not need. And I'm sure he had issues too. I don't want to air his dirty laundry, but there are issues that he has too regarding security and money and things like that, And I'm also grateful, and this is going to sound crazy, right? But I'm also grateful for my previous relationships that I've had with the people I have broken up with. And some of those situations were truly painful, awful at the time. Something, at times I would never wish on anybody. And very few of you know about my true story and how, hard it was. But I am even grateful for those things because they have shown me contrast. They have shown me what I now will no longer stand for in a relationship, what I am worth, and how strong and resilient I am to get myself out of those situations and completely change my life. My life is unrecognizable today. If you rewound it to the first breakup I've ever had, you would have thought, how in the world did this girl get out of this situation? You fast forward it to where I am now and you just would not recognize who I am. I am completely different, but I am now living the life that I know I deserve to live. And I'm only climbing up. This is not where I'm stopping. I am continuing on. I'm growing my business. I am getting my second degree and whatever other qualifications I feel I should get after that in order to get my life to where I want it to be. So realize this. You must be grateful for the old, even if it was really bad. And let me tell you, my situations were awful. I mean, you could write books and films and they'd be very entertaining, but also very scary. But be grateful for the old in order to be able to accept the new. Be secure within yourself before you can be with someone so that you don't attract insecurity from them. And ask yourself this question. Am I ready? And if you can say 100% certain within your heart that you are, what you are ready for will follow because you are in control. It's not up to someone else or some force within the universe that gets to judge you and say, yes, you can have this, no, you can't have this. It's up to you. But are you ready? Ask yourself that. And if you can give yourself a 100% resounding yes, yes, I am, then you know you are ready. And things are just going to flow so easily, and, there'll be no doubt in your mind or in your heart. And that's where you need to get yourself to. I hope that this has helped you. And if you would like a reading and some help, guidance from me, because I don't just do intuitive readings, I also do spiritual and life coaching. If you feel that that's something you would benefit from, then please get in touch. I'm so grateful that I get to help so many of you reach such amazing places in your lives. Not just with your relationship, but just with your personal circumstances. And this is such an amazing job to have. I love it. It's so fulfilling. It's more fulfilling than all the other jobs I thought I could do. And it's truly amazing. So thank you all for finding me, for booking with me, for watching my videos, for making me feel appreciated. Thank you all so very much. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.